Hey everybody, and welcome back to the stream. My name is FullQ Developer, and I build apps on stream for your education and pleasure. We've been working on a little to-do app, and there's a few things that we're going to do a little differently with this app. And I guess the first one you've seen a little bit already. We're doing it as a linked list in SQL, which has been a little different than usual. And yeah, we broke the tests at the end, so we have a little bit of fixing to do before I can show anything. Then a little bit of rearranging off stream. Let's see, so we have our main data type thing, and it's saved in the database as I think it's called a thing record. Oh, I have it right here in the same file. I wonder if I should move this out to a separate file or not. Something to think about. I had started making this thing repo. I know this is not that great of a name, but it's what we got so far. I feel like item is like a little overdone. Task doesn't feel right either. So right now we got thing. Let's see. Yeah. So let's see where let's have the compiler lead us a little bit. Yeah, so we had this thing to get the first few items out of the repo. And we decided to move it to put it on thing. Extra argument. And I think it's, what is it, like count? Yeah, we changed it to count. We're going to start with the head of the list, and it's going to be inside of the database. So let's open up a read transaction. Do something like that. Oh, that's a wants it to be a try await. I think is what that. And this is not a try await. Let me see. Yeah, this is just a try. Well, here we have it as a request. Yeah, we kind of made two different ways to do this, so don't really feel great about that, huh? I guess at least in the test they should be the same. So we still have a few extra things, if you will. Yeah, we got those in our fixtures. Clean this out a little bit. Not find DB, right, so we need to wrap this in a read transaction. Cool, so that's all the compilation errors in this test. Looks like we have a few more over here. Oh, the same thing. Guess we can, why is this test here? If we're doing a reorder and we're asserting that it looks the same. Yeah, we don't need this assert anymore, actually. And we've got a few more. Yeah, it's just counting the results. That is basically the same as this. So I don't think we need this assertion anymore. It looks like that's the same thing here. So let's go ahead and remove that as well. And let's see what's going on in here. So we have a read transaction opened here. And this is opening a second read transaction inside of here. So I want to, do we want to use the same one? Let's try it out. Let's move this up here. And now that we have an open read transaction, we can say something like, was it like thing request? And I guess just got the expected dot count as the count. And let's run the test, see how we're doing. Dragon Dust says, hey, how's it going? Good to see you, welcome back. And what's going on with our tests? They are testing. Don't fail me now, Xcode. I mean, I guess this is the authentic developer experience. Xcode, it can be very finicky. The only time Xcode is not finicky is when they're giving demos at WWDC. Every time else, almost like a 50-50 chance of it actually running or not. Well, the build succeeded. Got no tests. Yeah, this this happened on stream a few weeks ago, and I don't know why. I guess what I did after stream to fix it was I built using Xcode build. But let's try clearing the derived data. Derived data. Let's try quitting Xcode. Let's regenerate the Xcode project. And let's open it up again. Cool. So it dissolved the packages. And let's make sure it's running on the simulator. There we go. Build succeeded. Okay, now let's try to run them. Xcode, please. How's everyone else's Xcodes doing this Sunday? Well, I guess while we wait for Xcode to spin, we can commit what we have. Oh, hey, look, it's doing something. Maybe? Oh, it wants a password. That's new. We're still just spinning away. Test compile. I can't say test run because they are still they're still not quite running. I think Xcode feels embarrassed when this many people are watching. Oh my goodness, it's doing something. Hey, the test passed. Nice. And I guess the UI test kind of did something as well. I don't think I'm doing an assert at the end. Is there a way to jump to it? Yeah, here we go. I'm not really doing an assert at the end, but it looks like you can press and then drag with like a slow velocity, and then hold it for a duration. It looks like it actually did something. That was not working in the middle of the week when I was playing with this a little bit, trying to get some UI tests to go. So that's great, I guess. Let's see, what's next? Yeah, so this little setup thing, I wonder if this should move only into tests. Like have it be like a test support thing to like set up. Because this seems to only be about like actually doing actions on the repo. But we can say that we successfully fixed the test, so let's check that off. And I guess let's make these open tasks as well. Yeah, I don't really have a plan for how I'd want to move this stuff around. I think this is only called in test right now, so let's go ahead and let's see, where do we want to put this? Maybe here in support. Call it like DB setup helper. I really don't like calling things helpers, so maybe we'll think of a better name in a few moments. And I guess it needs a, well, first it needs the code from the main app. And what else is it going to need? Maybe this should just be on like an extension on database writer. What would that look like? And database writer, of course, is from GRDB. It's sort of an interface over a database pool or a database queue. Then this would be self. So let's see how this would feel to use in our tests. So this is just empty. That's not really needing any setup. I guess first one that I'm doing is setup. All these are using the pre-setup ones, which I want to get away from because I feel like it makes the test not as clear, because you can't see the previous state and then the next state. Here we go. Here's one we're calling setup. Let's see, so if we move this down here and possibly even inline this, so here we have a empty queue and we set it up with this stuff. I guess that reads okay. It almost makes me want to do something like that. So it's set up with like a current, like a couple things. Yeah, that looks a little bit nicer, actually. So then, this also work here on this test? It does? Nice. Then I can delete the comment. I had this comment out here because I couldn't remember the order of the things from the fixture. So yeah, this is repetitive, but I want to see that, like, if the items are set up in this order and then I reorder using this reorder, that it comes out like this. Like, that's exactly what I want to see. And I guess one more here. Oh, two more here. Okay. Let's run the unit tests again. I don't want to run the UI test. That took a while for it to start up. Okay, cool. So we're able to do a little bit of cleanup here to make the tests a little bit easier to work with. Ron Sertalis says, hey, nice to see you. You're working with Swift UI. Yeah, we're back on it. Back on the new stuff. This is episode 5 of this app, so it's still pretty early on in the development. Oh, and before I commit this, I think because I like that so much, I think it's time to remove it from this thing. And this file is only about reordering and inserting stuff into the database. Who is calling setup? Oh, this right here. Oh, interesting. So yeah, I guess that setup function was being used in the main app, just so we have some test data to work with. Which I guess means this needs to be this setup function needs to be in the main app too. So let's go ahead and move it over. It's nice the target membership changed. And yeah, I think I should still keep this as debug only, because this should not accidentally go to production. let's see, I guess go ahead and... Oh. Oh. Oh, this is the old one. Here we're still using the repo for setup. Okay, so let's clean up this a little bit. And we have one more. Yeah, so this is where, yeah, here we go. And I don't think we need to keep track of this first thing anymore. Yeah, because we were returning self here, we want to discard the result. We're just calling a setup here. Franz Serderlist says, I learned Flask to create my own REST API, but I have concerns about security and I don't want to use Firebase. Which framework are you using? I am using Vapor. We haven't actually started the backend for this app, but all of my other apps that have backends are using Vapor right now. Let's see, vapor.codes, I believe, is the website. Yeah, so you can write your server in Swift. They have a Discord server that's pretty helpful. And yeah, I've been using Vapor for a long time in production, and I'm planning to, when I make the backend for this app, I plan to also do it in Vapor. Grand Serderlist says, I never understood that test logic with SwiftUI. Which test logic? Happy to explain. But I'm not sure which question you have there. I succeeded. Nice. Let's go ahead and merge in our work in progress branch. All right, trunk. There we go. Push that upstairs. Ron Serderlist says, writing a test. Actually, I don't even know what it is, writing tests, but everybody says it's important. Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially for things like for logic. Like this test here, like I'm setting up the database with a few things. That's what they're called, things. These task examples. So it's like oh, now that we're building the app, I can show you. Let's insert some fixtures. Oh, the app is not. Oh, wait. Looks like we have a problem. No. Something's not right. Well, I guess tests are passing, but the app is not working. So I guess we'll try to fix that. But I guess the idea is that if the database is set up like this, and then I say reorder, move laundry down so that it's at the end, then the database should look like this. And it's a way to make sure that all the logic that I think is going to happen happens, and I can have multiple cases. So it saves a lot of time doing manual testing, as you can just run all the tests and confidently know that when I refactor something, that the compiler will tell me or the test will tell me that there's something I still need to do differently. Franz Serderless says, Vapor seems great. Heard that before, but never saw a person use that. The idea of using library from Swift, it must be solid. Yeah, I've had a lot of success with it, and I know that there's other people that like it too. Franz Serderless says, what about security? Like, I use the API key and hashing passwords before saving on database, but some people says I should use tokens. Just I don't want to work on things like that. Is Vapor using security things for me? It has some of that stuff built in, but it's not really trying to do it for you. It's sort of giving you the tools to build your own system, and that's something that I've actually been working on. I've been making this sign-in with Apple Server that you can deploy alongside your Vapor app. It's called FQauth. And I'm still working on the documentation for explaining how exactly to set it up, but there's some preliminary documentation here. And the idea is that it's going to have a SwiftUI library that you use in your SwiftUI app. Then you deploy this to your server or to a separate server, and you use the tokens from here. And it's supposed to be a little bit more plug and play than what Vapor offers you or what Apple offers you. So if you're okay with only signing with Apple for now, I would say you can take a peek through that project and steal the code or use the project directly. Hoping to get sign in with Google in there as well at some point soon. But yeah, it's just sign in with Apple for now. And yeah, FQauth is built on top of the stuff that Vapor offers. Yeah, there's just a lot that goes into security. Yeah, and that one's FQauth is using JWT, JSON Web Tokens. Yeah, so that's something you can check out also. Now, disturbingly, when I tried to show off the app, it was freaking blank. What is it with that? Did I break something or what? Oh, now it's here. Guess we can go ahead and reorder this. So it's LRSC, RSC. And this just shows all the records in the database with their, what's it called? Their parent ID. Show that they're all in a row. Now, one thing I wanted to do today was kind of the add task flow. Because, yeah, we have some and we can reorder them, but of course we want to add new stuff, or I guess mark stuff as done also. Also be nice. Looking into it to see the details would also be nice. And I guess my idea here was to have sort of a separate planning flow from an action flow. So I was thinking that would be like two separate tabs. So here on the home screen, I guess I want to make like a tab bar. Kind of take it from there. And boy, oh boy, this file is getting full. Let's see, let's close some stuff. Guess I'll just put the tab bar here at the root level. App tab bar, just call it the tab bar, I guess. This is a view. This is going to have a tab, not a UI tab bar, tab view, I guess. And the selections, what's this going to be? See, and even before getting too far into that, I have this navigation model. And I feel like this could have the current tab on it also. Perhaps this will be a new enum app tab. I'll have a plan tab and an act tab. And this is starting to need to get evacuated out of here. Again, not exactly quite sure where to put it. I guess we'll stick it here for now. It's all tentative. I would like to... I don't like having 3 types in a file like this. I'd like them for each to have their own file, ideally. Oh, so this needs SwiftUI. And it doesn't need Foundation because it has SwiftUI. Okay. Maybe I should just put the tab bar right in here. I was just kind of sketching out what an act screen might look like. Oh, tab, not tag. Yeah, let's see. I guess let's make a new folder for that real quick. Nothing too serious, just want to get something going. we'll give it a navigation title. Just for now, just to have something to kind of play with a little bit. And yeah, let's delete this for now. Looks like we don't want this in a separate file. We want this in the root app for now. And maybe we'll promote it out later. But for now, this is what we got. And this, I feel like this could probably go somewhere else too. But we'll save that for another time. Okay, so let's see what we look like now. Wait, is there a tab? There is. There's a tab item. So we can have a label here. See, does that work? Oh, just wants an image. Okay, so I need to pass in a image with a symbol. Let's see, does this make the compiler happy? I think I need another close banana. What am I doing wrong here? Let's try it again. Label creates a label with an icon image and a title generated from a string. This is 2 views. Okay, let's try this one. Have to import this. This is a library I edited and published again so that this would be here. And I forget how to use it. Nope, that still doesn't work. Cannot convert value of type label. So is this supposed to be... it just wants to be inside of a lambda. Oh, okay. But yeah, just to introduce this a little bit, if you want ease of use of having an enum for all the SF symbols, that is at let's not this library. I'm just trying to get to all the libraries. What is it? SF repositories. SF symbol name. Yeah, so they're all right here. There you go. And we'll just call them, we'll just use circle and square for now. Oh, come on, iOS. You can do it. it's like Xcode says, take a break. Take a break and stare at that blank iPhone. Update navigation authority bound path tried to update multiple times per frame. Oh, that's not good. Let's see, I'm not sure why that's happening. This is all just in here. No one else is using this path. Oh. Oh, I see why. I see why. Okay. And this goes outside on the navigation stack. Failed a little bit. There we go. Yes, here on the plan screen, we want to like set our priorities. We want to like add items. Then we go to act. We want to just see what we want to do. And there's other tabs here that I'm thinking about too. But we'll see how it goes. Probably not for today. Act might even also be like more like a For You page for your to-dos. Yeah, now this is getting really chunky to look at. I feel like this wants to be something. And this wants to be something. Let's see if I move all this inside. And then what is this going to return? This is going to return a database writer. Not sure what to name that yet. So what does this do? This is like, say if we're testing, then we'll do the fixtures. Otherwise, we'll do the real one. And in prod, we're always going to do the real one. This is like determine for live, build for live. I guess for live is fine. It's nice and short. Still feel like I could come up with a better name though. Okay, so this is a little bit cleaner now. What's next? I guess we need to figure out where to put the add button. This plan thing. I wonder if I can still have a toolbar if I have a nav bar. I mean a tab bar. I don't think I can, but let's see what we can do. Yeah, the toolbar is going to go up there. Yeah, maybe even this stuff should go into a separate tab or something, like the debug stuff. Dot present. Yeah, I guess it's a sheet, I think. Is presented add thing flow. Start off as false. And I guess we'll make a folder for this. Go ahead and create one in there. Let's see, so what's the first thing we want to see? I guess we just want to say, like, hello. Make sure it's all wired up. Can this be a label? It can. So let's import f-sub symbol name. Dot plus sign maybe. Let's see what that looks like. Cool. I don't know why it's saying this. Well, anyway, yeah, this is not in here at all anymore. We're still getting this this thing. I wonder why. Let's see, so I'm thinking like we'll have 3 screens for the flow. We're gonna have the title, the Y, and then the icon. And the idea is you can exit the flow at any time. You can like save it any time, and it'll be just empty for the other ones. You can go back and add them in later. I don't know why that's doing that. Yeah, so I think we need a like a navigation stack in here. And I guess we'll start with like a text field, I guess. And what are the parameters in here again? I think we need a I really wish it would just it knows what I'm looking for there. Bruce Leaf says, yo, yo, yo. Hey, good to see you, dude. We're just starting the ad flow here. We'll call this title. And yeah, I suppose we'll save the state here for now. And that needs to be $8. And let's just see what we're looking like so far. That looks terrible. And we got all kinds of stuff going on in here. No factory registered for ID. Music is a little loud, kind of hard to hear you. Oh, thanks so much. Let's see what we can do about that. Let's see, I don't want the sheet to be like so large. Perhaps on the phone that's fine. So I was just imagining it a little bit smaller. Wonder what happens when I run it on the Mac. Build fails on the Mac. That's great. That's just fantastic. Oh, maybe let's try it on the iPad. Yeah, I guess to run it on an actual phone device, you need a developer ID. I guess to run it on your Mac as a developer device, you need a developer ID, and I guess I haven't quite set that up. Okay, this still looks very huge even on an iPad, so I must be doing something wrong. sheet is presented. Let's see, does the documentation say how I can make it smaller? Does not look like it. Maybe there's something I need to put on the on this. Yeah, what's a presentation detents? Sets the available detents for the enclosing sheet, giving you programmatic control of the currently selected detent. What is a detent? Oh, okay. A default sheet support. Okay, so yeah, let's add some smaller ones as well. I think I know what this is. I think this is how we get smaller ones. Is there a dot small in here? Looks like there's just large, medium, and custom. Okay, well, let's see what it looks like. Now that is huge. If I take off the large, no, that is not doing it. Oops. Maybe I put it on the wrong thing. No, sheet is presented. That's exactly what I have. Settings view, presentation detents. Set of supported detents for the sheet. If you provide more than one detent, people can drag the sheet to resize it. Yeah, this is all really great. Why isn't it doing anything? Maybe it needs to be on a bigger iPad to see something different. Well, I can I can drag it around, I guess. Then on the phone, it's still gonna be only the biggest one. Oh, it is a bit of a smaller one. Then when I go into the keyboard view, it becomes fullish screen. Hmm. I must confess, I don't have that much experience with this. Hmm. What other options do we have for sheet? Is there like a related? Nope, no related stuff. Confirmation dialog. Sheets. Sheet and popover. This is like a little arrow. I'm not sure if this is exactly what I want. But I guess it would be smaller. It seems to hug the content a little bit. Guess we can try that. Try it. Looks like it's basically the same API. What's a tiny one still? Okay, well, let's not fuss too much about the exact size of that. Let's go ahead and start putting in the stuff that we want here. Now, I know I want an outline text field, and I know I want to use the keyboard that I used in Haptic Studio. So let's go ahead and bring up that code. And let's steal code from myself, because I really liked the keyboard that we made in here. So I had a keyboard controller, and a keyboard view, and how is this stuff set up? Let's see, let's close the other tabs. Yeah, I had a Z stack to like hide and show the keyboard view. Okay, let's go ahead and do that again. Here inside of the app. Maybe I should make this keyboard thing a reusable library. I mean, I keep reusing it. This will make like a UI folder and put the keyboard in there. So we have the keyboard view and the keyboard controller. We'll create both empty files and we'll paste them in here. Command A, Command C, Command A, Command V. Then we need, of course, the... Oh, I put this in the wrong file. And then we need the keyboard controller as well. And I guess one thing about this app is this was for inputting numbers, so definitely want to make sure to clean out the stuff about numbers. And it looks like this was kind of editing the state itself. What was this using this for? Just like has it? It's not actually using it? Okay, let's delete it, I guess. Not find keyboard controller in scope. Nope, it is in fact right here. Keyboard controller. Misspell something. I guess so, because now I can find it. Value of type content says category has no member is regular size. Oh, I think this was a little bit of a helper that I made. Let me try to command click on it over here back in Haptic Studio. Haptic Studio is up on the App Store, and it's still free. I still haven't put a price on it yet. So get it before it has a price on it, I guess. It's regular size. Yeah, here we go. So let's just put that here at the bottom. Private extension. So if I remember correctly, this thing like shows the keyboard and then calls the kind of the current done action. And actually, I wonder if I should, because I think, let's see, how did I do this done action? I guess what I need to know is see where I called show keyboard. Yeah, you passed in a callback, and that's what got the callback. Okay, so let's try that. So a few other things in the root app is where we had it all set up. I'm going to add the keyboard controller in the environment. So let's do that as well. And then instead of using let's see, where's our add screen? Screens, add. Yeah, so instead of using a kind of a text field here, it's just going to be a button that kind of looks like a text field, and what's going to happen is it's going to display the keyboard. Actually probably wanted to kind of load up with the keyboard focused. I'm not sure. Let's see. Well, let's grab it out of the environment. And let's just try to, just see what happens. Initial text. So that can be tint color. Let's try teal, I guess. Done action. Yeah, and I guess this can be so if we hit the plus button, and oh my god, it is a it was a number pad. Okay, so which other app did I do a text field in then? Because that one's a number pad. That's not the right one. Did I do it in Sense? Sense is an app that I was working on when I first started streaming about a year ago, and we never pushed this to the App Store. Never quite got it to the place that we wanted. But we did learn a lot of stuff while making this. Let's see, let's search for keyboard. What did I do a year ago? That's not how you spell keyboard. Really don't have anything about keyboard in here. Okay. I'll take look at the root of the app. All right, because this was had a UI kit navigation. Yeah, because navigation stack hadn't come out yet. And we're using like this third-party Swift UI charts. Man, river of time keeps on flowing. So then, which app was I? I did make a nice keyboard. So if it wasn't in, let's see, what other apps do I have on my account? Is it inside of the timer app? Oh, hey, look, I have a text keyboard. This, this might have been what I was thinking of. Let's see, let's close the other tabs. So we have a keyboard controller. This looks very similar. Keyboard overlay. Okay, okay. This has two different keyboard controllers, two different keyboard overlays. That's interesting, I guess. Okay, so let's try to mimic that, I guess. So for now, we are only using the keyboard inside of that one sheet. So let's head over to that one sheet. Yeah, I guess it should go inside this flow thing. And we don't want to grab this out of the environment anymore, because in fact those are probably going to be completely replaced. Oh, I guess this needs Swift UI. And the keyboard controller needs to be completely different as well. Okay, looks like I have this little bit of a helper, this error at instant. I feel like that should just be a date. Why are we doing continuous clock here? I guess for now I'm only using this at the keyboard. I expect I'll be using this more in the future. And I remember that the point of having a date on here is because errors are not guaranteed to be identifiable, and if you keep getting the same error over and over, I think it's actually a different error. Like you want to the UI at least, you want it to be a different error, a different instance of perhaps the same error, but it's a different error. Oh, and we can have a default constructor. So I guess this needs an instance of the keyboard controller. Okay, so let's take it out of the environment then. And what's the problem now? Extra arguments. Okay, let's take a look. Keyboard controller dot show keyboard, just with the content. Okay. And then it looked like I was doing like different kinds of text keyboards. Yeah, so let's yoink this one over. Still am passing in a done action though. Still using that pattern, I guess. So we can close you, close you, close you. I guess I should see how I'm using this. Let's head over to here, show keyboard. Yeah, so pass in text keyboard with the placeholder, and then you say an update on it. Okay. And I guess I'll just use this lambda here. Yeah, initial value will be the empty string. Put padding on it. There we go. Okay, so that is all hooked up, but it's not exactly how I would want it to look like. I want to still have it kind of look like a text field, I think. When you go to edit it, I do want it to sort of come up from the bottom here like this. Or instead of having this pop-up thing, what if we just had had like this little bottom thing be the flow? That could be interesting. How portable would that be across Mac and iPad, though? Yeah, so we have this guy here. That's the title here, and we have the actual text field under it that focuses on appear. Yeah, I feel like, Yeah, I feel like when you hit plus, it should show this with like a like make a new task and then like step 1 of 3, but you can end any time. Yeah, so return seems to only dismiss the keyboard. It doesn't make it go done, I guess. Let's see, is there an on submit? There is. There we go. And how do I get the submit button to change? That's the submit label for this view. Oh, that's exactly what I want. Hmm. Yeah, this is a little bit of discovery, because that sheet doesn't really look that great. It covers like everything. If I'm just making a new task, do I want to be distracted by what I see already, or do I want a completely blank situation? And you know, I thought of having it be like 3 screens in a row, but if it's going to be this big, maybe I want them all on the same screen. This could go 1,000 different ways, of course. What would be best, though? Feels good. Maybe it should look like this. It should look like this, and it'll be like in here. Okay, I guess let's sketch that out. Instead of being just one button, we'll have a few different ones. And then we'll have, I guess at the end, we'll have a selection for the icon, which I guess is a whole nother, that'd be like another popover. Well, let's not get too carried away. Let's just do 2 things at a time instead of 3 things. how do I know when we have tapped into a text field? Or do we just make like a hidden button on top of it? Let's see, what do we have so far? Oh boy. So I really like that overlay. And I feel like making a new item in a sheet kind of makes sense, but also we have like two levels of this stuff. So I guess I'm having some doubts. Let's see, I suppose we could come back to that. Yeah, let's take a little bit of a break. Let's take a little bit of a break, and then we'll do the reading of the day. Thanks for sticking around. We'll be Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around. We're gonna do a little bit of a reading from the Creative Act by Rick Rubin, as we've been doing at the halfway point of the stream. So the chapter is named Look Inward. The sound of water churning in the distance is audible. I feel a breeze of what might be warm air, though it's difficult to tell, since my arm hair senses the movement as cooling. 2 birds are singing. With my eyes closed, I'm placing them approximately 50 paces behind me to my right. Now a smaller bird, or at least one with a smaller, higher-pitched chirp, enters the soundscape behind me to the left. From the rhythmic interplay, it seems clear that the birds are not in conversation. Each sings its own song. I notice the sound of a passing vehicle, and in the distance, children's voices. A blur of rhythmic music arrives from the far left. There's an itch on the left side of my face, just in front of my ear. A vehicle with the larger, heavier sound passes, and a bit of jazz music makes an appearance, much closer to my position. Only now do I realize I turned it on earlier at a quiet volume and had been inaudible until this moment. Someone arrives, I open my eyes, and it all goes away. It's common to believe that life is a series of external experiences, and that we must live an outwardly extraordinary life in order to have something to share. The experience of our inner world is often completely overlooked. We focus on what's going on inside of ourselves, sensations, emotions, the patterns of our thoughts, A wealth of material can be found. Our inner world is every bit as interesting, beautiful, and surprising as nature itself. It is, after all, born of nature. When we go inside, we're processing what's going on outside. We're no longer separate. We're connected. We are one. Ultimately, it doesn't make a difference whether your content originates on the inside or the outside. If a beautiful thought or phrase comes to mind, or if you see a beautiful sunset, one's not better than the other. Both are equally beautiful in different ways. It's helpful to consider there are always more options available to us than we might realize. Oh. Yeah, I wasn't sure where he was going with that start. I guess he was sort of showing how he's noticing some things. And then he jumps to talking about your inner world versus your outer world. And I guess all of those things that he started with are outer world things. And I guess that's one thing I like about programming is there's like a lot of inner thought of like what a good app might look like. And then you kind of tell that to the computer and it comes out, the inside reaches to the outside in a clear way. And yes, there's always more than one way to do it, like he says. Whether you get the idea from somewhere else or from inside of you. I like how he ends it. It's helpful to consider there are always more options available to us than we might realize. Yes, it is. It is easy to get stuck on one idea. Okay. So where were we? We were getting stuck on how to make this add task screen. Because I was not happy with this design. I was trying to get like what I had envisioned when I was thinking about this yesterday doesn't quite match up with what it seems is possible with SwiftUI. So we're here now. We imported the keyboard overlay from another project that I did. And so that's here now. And yeah, so now what? There are always more ideas than I might realize, as the reading just said. So I don't know. I still don't know what a good ad screen would look like. I feel like I do want to try to keep these as text fields and show that little popover when it gets focused on. So maybe we'll make an enum of these things. And we'll tag them. Oh, really? I thought I could use an enum here for focus state. Okay, well, let's say title focus state, I guess. And then something like on change of title focus state. So if it is focused, then we'll try showing keyboard there. Let's see. Argument past the call, it takes no arguments. Okay, and then I think we also need to hook that up or something. Modifies this view by injecting a value that you provide. I think it's like this. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, and then it crashes the second time we open it. Let's see, terminate the app. CA layer position contains not a number. Fascinating. How do we end up with not a number? Go add, click into here. I type something like, I don't know, chop the onions. It's not spelled right. But when I click into it again, it crashes. Why? I think this is why I went towards buttons. Let's see, what did I do in the other app? Yeah, it's inside of a button. I feel like that's not very accessible though. Like, it should still act like a text field for accessibility purposes. That's a button, that's a button, that's a button, that's a button. What does it look like? Okay, this has a preview. Let's see what the preview looks like. preview crashed. Okay, well I guess it's it's crashed in the old app also, but maybe that was because it was a preview. Let's try running it. Yeah, so what's this thing? Oh, this is not doing the oh, I see. Yeah, this is just editing a these are kind of more buttony already. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Um it's kind of nice actually. Is that what I want to do in this app? Because then I can give it like a default name, I guess. This visual thing doesn't work. Let's see, let's get back to yeah, this screen. So we get here by clicking into it. And we tap on the field to edit it, and it comes down in this little thing here. I mean, I guess we can try it. But I guess the drawback there is that I guess folks that depend on the accessibility features of a text field will have a harder time using it. I'll try setting this to false in the callback as well. Let's see if that changes anything. I know that's changing gears just a little bit. I am curious. Nope, it still crashes on the second time. Not sure where this crash is coming from. I guess we can Google for this crash along with maybe focus state. This is .NET. This is not me. $11 years ago. Yeah, this is not SwiftUI stuff. So am I calling set frame somewhere? I don't think so. This is all SwiftUI. It's supposed to do that for me. Now let's try moving it farther outside. Oh, now it's fine. Okay, so I guess we just had it at the wrong scope level. And sticking it all the way outside is fine. Okay. So let's do the same thing for the other field. So let's say chop onions again. And the reason is, come on. Oh, it's not. Oh. Yeah, I had to do this stop focused thing. Reason is we're making stew. Title is chop the onions. Then I guess we need like a done button. Okay. This is SF symbol name. Oh, we have to import it first. And yeah, I guess we won't do anything in the done now. Although I guess we do want to dismiss ourselves, right? And I think we can get a dismiss out of the environment, right? Oh, and I guess this comment doesn't mean anything anymore. This will just do a straight up dismiss for now. And hopefully that works. Yeah, this looks so bad. Maybe it needs a title? I feel like the on submit should like go to the next one or something. Which is... Guess that would be two different callbacks from this text keyboard thing. Yeah, that makes this library a little hard to make reusable because there's kind of so much you want to do. Maybe we can just take in another closure, I guess. Probably put it above the other one. Missing argument. So can I give this the default of the other one? Oh, that'd be cool. Because like sometimes he just wants to do the same thing. So if we do it this way, then we have to have the whole thing repeated twice. Wait, does this compile? This is actually looks pretty okay. Okay, so if we want to do the continue to be different, I guess we would take off the setting and say self dot oops, something like that, like just swap the focuses, I guess. That didn't. Oh, because it's not doing anything different inside of the yeah, something like that. So then here, back in the flow, we would also want to, I guess we do still want to like set it. Mono NZ says, hey, full Q and Blues, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. How goes the Swifting? We're doing okay. We're doing okay. We're playing around with text input, which is always a little fun. Ooh, okay. My Xcode has been crashing all night, says Mono NZ. Yeah, we've been having our own fun with Xcode. It's very real experience. We'll say H. So when it continue, we want the title to pop up. So it does, but the title is, let's see, set the T and then continue and then done. I feel like when it, ooh, and then it crashes. So I guess if we continue, we still want to like wipe out the current value, perhaps? I guess I was hoping it would dismiss and come back. Because that's just going to be so many taps. Actually, I want to undo a bunch of that stuff. Mono NZ says, static versus dynamic libs is my issue. I think I've almost sorted it out, then I can finally sleep 6 a.m. Yeah, in my experience, if I stay up too late working on the same problem, I hardly ever get it to work by staying up late. A fresh mind can be really helpful for sorting things out. Okay, yeah, so let's remove this this submit action. I don't want that anymore. So we'll remove it off of the out of the call. We'll only have one lambda passed in. Mono NZ says something about Swift UI won't preview static libs most of the time. Whoa. Yeah, I've had trouble with previews not showing assets from an asset catalog that was in. Was it a dynamic library? Might have been a dynamic library. And I think they eventually fixed it, or I stopped using previews for that screen. It was one of the two. Oh, we have a build failure. Assigning a property to itself. Just deleted the wrong line here, but it's okay. Okay, so now if we type in a title, say continue, if we type in a reason, so it hasn't cleared itself. Well, it didn't crash at least. So how do we want to make it clear itself? Oh, is it because oh, I don't know why. So where are we calling show keyboard on the change of the state? It's coming in with a new initial value, a new placeholder, so that should work. But I suppose it is not. Continue. Like the title changes. Oh, yeah, it's a whole new one. So do I think they're the same one for some reason? I need to make this identifiable for SwiftUI to know that it's different. Oh, there we go. Now it went down to the next one, but it didn't pop itself back up. And then it crashes. Yeah, so I guess focusing into the next one is not working so well. What if we go with a different approach? What if we go with there's other ways of doing this dot focus thing. If binding equals. So how do I do this? Because there's a focus state with a hashable. Do I have to say this is hashable? But it's an enum. It should already be hashable, right? It's so close. Let's see. Let's look at the documentation for this thing. Yeah, isn't this what I have? Oh, they have this as nullable. That's interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay. think. Let's see, I feel like I also want to put like a spacer at the bottom to make it go up to the top of the screen. And let's see what this looks like. Oh, we didn't get the on focused. Oh, because we're in our, yeah, we need to listen to this now. I guess we want to like just switch on this new value. Yeah, let's try that out. Just type in some. Oh, there we go. So it jumped down, but it didn't pop itself back up, did it? When we click into it, we get the focus change. When we just say done here, it moves the cursor over, but it doesn't pop it up. You need to like wait a second, like async after like a second. Guess I'll put in a title, a fake one. Let's hit done. So it shows up again, but it's got the old title that we just put in. Hmm. Yeah, not so good. Not so good, huh? Because then this flow is like just very, very many clicks. 1. You have to click into here. 2. And you have to like clear this. And then here. So that's way too many clicks just to add an item. You need to make it faster than that. Maybe the idea of having this little pop-up be at the bottom of the screen, like when you click plus here, you get this little thing down here, and as you click done, it like gives more steps to itself. And you can, I guess you can click continue to like keep adding steps, or click done to be like, I'm done with this, let me go away. But I guess this is a nice, I don't know if this is nice. This is something. We did try out a bunch of stuff. We did copy over the keyboard from the timer app, another app that I worked on that never quite got to a nice place to push to the App Store. Cool. So looking forward, we do want to finish up adding a task flow. So I guess it should be the last item in the list, or should it be the new top item when you add something? So many things to decide that we will not decide live. Yeah, let's go ahead and commit this stuff. Let's see, what did we do? Pulled in keyboard overlay from old timer app. Started with trying to like auto go to the next one. Auto focusing next field. And yeah, we're back on trunk. Yeah, so my name is FullQ Developer. You can check out my open source stuff on GitHub or my apps inside of the App Store. Of course, I love talking about keyboards. Here's a picture of my current setup for ergonomic reasons. Take care of your wrists. And I will see you next Sunday. Yeah, thanks so much for sticking around. And of course, you can join the Discord. The link is right here on my website. Want to stick around or ask any questions about Swift? Yes, thanks for the exclamation point Discord. Mono NZ says, do you have any recommendations on one-handed keyboards? I am actually not familiar with one-handed keyboards at all. Mine is two-handed. Two-handed, but for small hands, I guess. Very small amounts of movement. Each finger basically goes either up or down. The thumb goes either left or right or center. Yeah, Google could probably help you out better there. I don't know much about one-handed keyboards. Yeah, that sounds like fun, because then, I mean, I guess when I game, I only use one of the hands. Because then the mouse is in the other one. Cool, yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Mono Lindsay. Thanks for stopping by, Bruce Leaf. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the Discord. And of course, thanks to all the subscribers. Really, really appreciate the support.